a small town called Dripping Springs in Texas. I believe that making a positive impact on people's lives is one of the most satisfying and important achievements one can have. I also believe that affecting people on a small scale and with things that happen in their daily lives is more important and more beneficial to them and makes a positive difference in their life. I think that that's one of the most important things you can do with your time, and that the small things and the small projects are sometimes the most positive, influential, and beneficial to the people you're helping and those around them. I'm a very ambitious person and I'm a very helpful person. I think that I contribute and I am very involved in my community, and that I care a lot about what I'm involved in, and this compassion and this caring for what I'm involved in has ultimately helped me make a bigger impact than some of my peers. I would like to go into conservation and environmental science. I think water conservation and resource sustainability are some of the most striking issues to come up in the future. I want to impact this field. I want to contribute to a method of conserving water and equal distribution of resources in order to sustain human population. I care a lot about the environment. I care a lot about conservation. This is the kind of work I'd be doing once I get into college and outside of college, because that is what I prioritize. When I was in middle school, my mom went through college, and she's a single mom, and she worked full-time, and she had 2 kids to take care of, and she still managed to come home and do classes every night and take care of us. And I admired that so much. Her ambition and her drive inspired me to become more ambitious and to become more self-driven and more self-motivated in my activities and in school. I'm involved in a lot of clubs and a lot of extra activities, as well as just, AP classes and just keeping on top of my grades. So for the next part of this video, I'm going to have a few of my friends and a few of my close peers talking about me. I think they're important because I can talk about myself all I want, and I can brag about myself all I want, but in reality it's what other people see and what other people feel and how they're impacted that shows my true nature and how I contribute to my community.
I locked myself in a hotel room.
Here, Elise and I were in the same art class. I recognized her as a hardworking person. She seemed very lively, and she seemed like she got along very well, and she was very good at art as well, and she was always very studious, and I was like, I'd really like to be friends with that girl because I love her dedication. I can always count on her. She's almost like my rock, pretty much. I'll be able to talk to her and she'll help me talk through it, and she's always there to give great advice. She always puts 110% effort in, and I can always trust her to do her work, and I feel really loves the environment, and I think that's why she'd be so great in the field, because her passion into her projects will help get them approved and implemented in her project.
I think Elise is very well-rounded because she is very driven about her studies, yet will always go to a concert and party. I think she's very, like I said, well-rounded. She's a very fun person to be around, but who will always have your back, and I think that's very important.
Elise and I are friends in the first place because she actually helped me in biology when I first moved here, and that was just characteristic of our entire friendship. She's always willing to help people whenever they need help, and everything she does is completely genuine in nature, especially if it involves nature. She has so much to offer the world.
Is one of the most giving people that I've ever come across. When Elise starts jamming, there's nothing that will stop her, and she goes all out.
Elise is really thoughtful, and she's also really driven. Unlike most people, she's dependable, and she never flakes on anything, and she always makes sure to, when you ask her to do something, she thinks about it and she makes it a part of her day. I would say she's just a dominant person who likes to get her opinions across. She's very good at letting you know how she feels and when she feels it, and she wants to make sure everything's out in the open.